Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Learnings. Today we are going to continue with data structures series, and in our last session as well we had covered up one data structure problem, which is word break problem. All right, so the idea behind that problem was not only that it was means an important question which is frequently asked in interviews. The idea was that to try to build up the concept basically using that problem, and the concept that we tried to understand was recursion. Okay, so we had tried to understand that how can we identify whether this problem can be resolved with the help of recursion. Okay, so all those things we covered up in our last session. So today we are going to solve one more problem, and we'll again try to focus on that how can this problem be resolved with the help of recursion. Now one more point here is that if any problem can be solved with the help of recursion, it does not mean that recursion is the only way, right? Recursion is the only way to solve that problem. Maybe some other ways are there to solve that. Okay, so today we are going to see one such problem which can be solved with the help of recursion, which can be solved without using recursion as well. All right, but since we are trying to build up our concept of recursion, so we'll try to do both ways. Okay, and the problem is simple. You have to find out sum of natural numbers. Suppose I say that you have to find out the sum of first five natural numbers. So then you have your program should result the output. Okay, output as sum of those numbers. If I say, let's say for example, sum of two natural numbers, so 1 plus 2, your program should return as 3. If I say, let's say, three natural numbers, your program should return 1 plus 2 plus 3, which equals 6. So 6 should be the output. All right, so when natural numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is without recursion. I think if you have uh, a basic idea of programming, then I think you should be able to solve it. Sum of n natural numbers. All right, so we'll try to directly get into the working program and try to solve it first without recursion. Let's say I create a method name is find sum, which is accepting n, which is the input by the user, that how many natural numbers sum do we need. Okay, so what is the way? If I say give me the sum of first 10 numbers, so I think you should be able to get it. We can just run a for loop for int I equals 1, because natural numbers begin from 1, and I less than, now I less than equal to how much, n. When I say two natural numbers, so I want to run the loop for 1 to 2 times, right? If I want to say 3, so 3 times we have to run the loop. It is as simple as that, and we have to find out the sum. So let's keep a sum variable as well. So sum equals sum plus I, and we can just return the value of sum. Let's print it, sys out, and new. Let's create the object and call the method find sum. Let's say 3. So our output should return 6, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. So yeah, here is the output 6. Let's do with two numbers. Okay, let's do with four numbers. So four numbers should be 10, right? You with five numbers, so it's 15. Cool. So this is, I think, very simple. Any beginner can also write this program, and I think he should be able to write that. Now the problem comes when I say do the same thing with the help of recursion. Now few things that today we want to see, that what things are to be taken care of when someone's, or whenever we try to solve any problem with the help of recursion. Since recursion basically means you are going to do the same process, right? If you see, if in my previous lecture we had seen few points that if that problem can be subdivided into sub problems, that is one hint of recursion. We are going to do the same process to solve each of those sub problems. Then this is another hint that this problem can be solved with the help of recursion. Now let's see here. Now suppose we have these natural numbers, right, and we want to find out the sum. So sum can be found out with the help of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, right? This is going to give us the sum, which is 10 in this case. Now how can you divide this problem into sub problems? Okay, now one way to do this is, suppose 4 says that okay, whatever is let's say find of sum, you try to find out the sum of 4 plus remaining 3 numbers. Okay, now remaining 3 numbers, when we try to execute, the remaining 3 numbers can say 3 plus sum of 2 numbers. Okay, so 4 plus sum of remaining 3, this is how we can get the actual output. Now when we come to 3 can say that okay, 3 plus sum of remaining. Okay, now same process can be applied to 2 also. Now 2 will say 2 plus sum of remaining numbers, sum of one number. Now 1 can say 1 plus find sum of 0. There is no 0, so we can say here from this step we can simply return 1. Okay, now if this step, so there are 4 steps, right? There are 4 steps that we want to do the same thing again and again. Okay, now this step returned 1, so this will be 2 plus 1, so this statement will be equivalent to 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. So this statement will be now equivalent to 3 plus 3, which is equal to 6, and this statement will be now equivalent to 4 plus 6, which is equivalent to 10, and 10 is our final result. Okay, so this way we can solve it with the help of recursion. Okay, I hope you got my point. So recursion problems can be subdivided into further sub problems. The same process will be repeated to solve those sub problems again and again, right? Here we are repeating. 4 is saying 4 plus remaining 3, right? 3 is saying find the sum of remaining 2. 2 is saying find the sum of remaining 1 numbers. All right, so this is how we can do it with the help of recursion. Now let's uh, do this same thing with the help of now coding. Now first thing is, if n is 1, then we simply know that we have to return 1. So each recursion problem will have a base case, right? This is the case where our recursion is going to terminate, end. This is the end condition, right? If n is 1, then we simply know our output should be 1. Okay, now what if the n is not 1? Now considering that condition, 4 plus find sum of 3, right? This is our condition that we just saw also. So suppose n is 4 we pass here, so then what will you write here? 4 means n plus, let's say I say in sum equal to, this will be the sum, n plus find sum, so we have to call this method again, of 3, which is n minus 1. Okay, so sum will be 4 plus find sum of 3. Now when this loop is invoked for n equal to 3, alright, so this statement will be 3 plus find sum of 2. Then when this loop is invoked for, this method is invoked for n equal to 2, it will be 2 plus find sum of 1. Alright, and then when it runs for 1, it will return 1. Okay, now we just have to do what? Return sum. So this is how we can do this. Let's try to execute. Find sum of 4 numbers. Yeah. So sum of 4 numbers is 10. Alright, sum of 5 numbers we can try. It should result in 15. Sum of 3 numbers. Now you can try with any number. Let's try with 1, so it should return 1. Alright, so this is how we can solve it with the help of recursion. I hope you understood, right? So this is about sum of natural numbers, and this is about recursion sum of natural numbers. We tried without using recursion, that is simple for loop can be written, and but use of recursion needs a little bit of you can say mind. So yeah, that's it for today. So see you next time. Bye bye, good night.